No, I know, but that's just for you. It's not to everybody. So you got to click on me in the little thumbnail and then do the little, there you go.
Oh, present to everyone? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome to a brand new webinar. So we're actually going to do things a little bit differently for, it's kind of a second series of webinars that we're going to be doing. We've done 3 webinars on more of the educational type of webinars, but we decided that we're going to get a little more tactical with step-by-step instructions on showing exactly how to start the search for your first private label product, and sourcing it, and really end-to-end life cycle. And we thought the best way to do this would be basically just to take somebody who's a complete newbie and have them start. And I would provide mentoring along with Robin and, you know, maybe guest speakers or whatever. So along with that, I'm going to introduce you to Muazzam, who is actually a really good friend of mine, and he's in Seattle. And we had some conversations, and so we're going to actually help Muazzam find and get going on his first private label product. So we'll go through how to find a product, how to then research the product, how to determine its profitability, how to then go to China on Alibaba and do the research over there, how to talk to the suppliers, how to get the competitive bidding, how to determine the shipping costs, all of the attributes related to that, whether you should ship it by air, by sea, what's the timeline, what are the things to look for, how to get a sample, how to land that final product, and then start the promoting, listing it on Amazon, do the giveaways, get the feedback. So it's, you know, there's a lot of steps, and so I think there's going to be a tremendous amount of value for everybody who's really interested and really serious about getting into private label to start taking notes and get engaged. And, you know, there's no other way to say this, but you got to get serious and you got to make the commitment and watch all these videos and ask questions. So I think having Muazzam on is going to be really helpful because he has that mindset of being a brand new private labeler. Okay, so with that, Muazzam, you want to switch the camera back to you and just do a quick little intro on why you want to get into the private label business, and then we'll start.
Yeah. Hey, everyone. This is Muazzam. I'm in Seattle. I've known Naeem for about 20.
Okay, I'm sorry, Muazzam. I don't know if you are on camera because I'm still seeing myself. And guys, bear with us. We're still trying to deal with this Google Hangouts thing. It's a little quirky.
Yeah, I mean, I changed it to present my screen to everyone. So
okay. Go for it.
On screen, so yeah, so I was saying I've known Naeem for a long time, and you know, we've partnered on other stuff as well. And now it looks like, you know, I'm gonna get some help from Naeem on private labeling, and it's exciting. I tell you, the reason I'm moving to this, or I try this out, is because the 9 to 5 is just not, you know, it's okay, it's fun, but you know, I want to do something myself, and you know, I want to build wealth and get freedom from the 9 to 5. So that's why I'm doing it.
And another NSX wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, there you go.
You still have that yellow NSX?
Oh, no, I sold that. I sold that when we moved to rainy Seattle.
Oh, okay. So now we need to get you another one. Okay, all right, that sounds good. So, okay, so let's go ahead and get started. If you want to switch it back to me,
okay,
and then I'm gonna jump into Amazon and we'll dive in.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. All right, guys. So most of the time on this webinar, we're gonna spend on the Amazon site. But before we do, you know, one of the things that you want to start doing as a new seller, you need to change your mindset, and you need to start thinking about product opportunities everywhere and anywhere. And a lot of us sellers kind of do that, and it kind of gets a little annoying sometimes for maybe our spouses, because we're always looking around going, oh, that's a product that maybe I can sell. Maybe that's a product that is not selling really well on Amazon. So we were at Joe's Crab Shack last night, a friend of ours and their family. And, you know, we ordered our meals and all that. And I picked this thing up from the table. Can you see that? It actually says,
Yeah.
you stole this from Joe's Crab Shack. But the point is, I looked at this thing, and it's, you know, it's like one of those cracking tools for lobster or crabs or whatever you order, right? And it's just, you know, it's probably like 10 cents. It's plastic. It's from China, right? But my instinct was, when I first saw this, I said, oh, dude, I got to put this in my pocket, and I got to go check Amazon to see, you know, are these being sold on Amazon? And that's, you know, that's exactly what you need to do, is you need to think outside the box. Many new sellers that I see, I hear complaints all the time. It's like, man, I just launched my product and I'm not getting any sales and this, and I'm like, okay, well, what did you launch? What was your product? And you're like, oh, a cell phone case. You know, some kitchen utensils. And these are things that are just like so obvious. And the hardest part is that first step is determining and finding what your product is going to be, because it can be overwhelming. So the point that I'm trying to make is, you need to start thinking like a designer, like a product designer, or a product finder, like a hunter, and just think of quirky things that you wouldn't necessarily buy or use, but there may be a big market for it. Another source is this right here. So I'm subscribed to, like, I don't know, half a dozen different magazines, right? Like Inc. and I have Golf Digest. Okay, and again, I'm not a big golfer. I don't really play golf, but I'll go through here sometimes, and there's products in here that, you know, sometimes I'll come across, and they just jump out of the page and they get me excited, because I'm like, well, maybe, you know, that's something that I could do on Amazon. But that's a starting point, right? Doesn't mean that just because if I find this, I'm trying to find one now. If I find this product, that it's gonna, you know, it's gonna do the trick. You still have to do the homework, the product research, and see if it's a, you know, if it's a good fit or not. Like here's an example, right? So in this magazine, there's this baseball cap, and it's got some kind of a flex fit, you know, thing inside. So it's kind of like a spring elastic thing inside. You know, could that be something unique and original? I don't know. Maybe. I would definitely, you know, do some homework on Amazon and see, you know, is that a thing? Is that something that you can adapt and be creative?
So Naeem,
here's another one. Let me just show you this one. Do you see this one right here? It's a custom.
Yeah.
It's a custom golf ball, right? So that looks like from Breaking Bad or something. Yeah, that's the guy. What's his name? From Breaking Bad. So that's just an idea. Is that a viable product? Is it over? I have no idea. But, you know, just in the last 2 minutes, I've just shown you 2 products that at least are a starting point that you can put on a list. And you need to basically create a grocery list of things that you come across. And I'm going to show you on Amazon as well. I don't necessarily pull my products from magazines, but I'm just trying to show you, you can find opportunities in stores, magazines, around the house, whatever.
Hey, so Naeem?
Yeah.
I have a question. So what, you know, from what you're saying, you're showing me all these different products, right, in different places. So,
right.
You know, you said something about original product, right? So the idea behind this, you know, finding these products and then making your own,
Right.
Still, you're just getting ideas, but we are going to make our own product.
Yes. We're not necessarily going to, you know, go to a whiteboard and engineer a brand new product. But what we might do, as an example, that golf ball that we saw, right, is we might come up with our own designs on it. So it's taking that idea Or we'll do some research on Amazon and find out, oh yeah, there's a bunch of sellers doing it, but they're all selling like, one golf ball. And we'll say, hey, maybe we'll do a dozen, with all kinds of crazy designs. So you have to create your own in the sense of a more unique variation, a more unique version, bundling. Maybe we'll do, a set of 6 golf balls that are customized. But you know what? We'll put a bunch of golf tees with it, and nobody else is selling it like that. Now, all of a sudden, our bundle has a higher demand because you get more for your dollar. Okay. So again, these are just ideas and concepts that you want to think about. So let me share my screen and let's start with Amazon. Okay, entire screen. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
With my 30 tabs open. Okay, so Amazon. Obviously, I think you should know that Amazon is one heck of a system. It's a very, very smart system. If you look carefully, these products here, every single product on this page has been placed here based on experience. It's not random, right? So Black Friday, obviously they're pushing Black Friday, which already started for them like Friday, like 2 days ago or something, or yesterday, I don't know. And then if I scroll down, these are music CDs, which is something that I was searching for a while back, so it knows that, and it's presenting it. Christmas is coming up, so it's pushing that. I was looking for printers a while back. It knows that. We were looking into home security. It pulls that back up. I was looking at jewelry. I was looking at this particular jewelry, and it pulled it back up. So you can see here, inspired by your browsing history, right? So that's like kind of scary, man. It's like Big Brother, They really know what you're doing. Additional items too. I've looked at Doctor Who stuff. So you can almost like read a person by looking at their Amazon page to say, man, this guy is into like red high heels for women or whatever. This guy's into Star Wars and this guy's into Doctor Who. I mean, it really is a history of everything. So anyways, having said that, it can seem overwhelming, right? There's millions and millions of products. So how do you actually start? There's a lot of different ways. And I don't know if we're going to get through all of them today, but I want to at least get, Wasm, I want to at least get you started so that you can start doing some discovery.
Okay.
So the first thing that I would do, I would actually, this is something that a lot of people do. I go to Amazon.com, bestsellers. Okay, just Google that. All right, now that takes you to this, which is the Amazon.com bestsellers list or page. Click on that. Okay, this basically is taking me to the Amazon bestsellers. You can see here hot new releases, movers and shakers, top rated, most wished for, gift ideas, etc., etc. And then here it breaks it down by categories, all of the different shopping categories and branches. And this is a good starting point. I'm going to cover some of the attributes and some of the rules and some of the things. And Wasm, if you want to just, jump in, if you have any questions or whatever, this is the best way to learn. And maybe take some notes, and then we can share that with everybody.
Yeah, I'm taking notes. One that's coming to mind is, when you're looking at these products and then you're going to research, right? Are you looking at IP as well?
I'm looking at what? ID?
Yeah, so patent laws or anything like that. Are you?
Yeah, exactly. So that's one of the things is don't bother with anything that is trademarked, right? So for example, I'm not going to bother looking at this first item, Cards Against Humanity. That's a brand name, okay? Hasbro, that's a brand name. I'm not going to bother with these things. Amazon products, so on and so forth, right? These are all brand names. I'm not even going to touch those. Sony products, you can't do anything on that. Okay. I mean, you could do some bundling and things like that, but not recommended. There's a lot of easier ways to get your own product going. So, so that's one rule that you actually just brought up, which is, should you be looking at generic products or should you be looking at brand name? So the answer is stay away from brand names. You don't compete with Sony. You don't compete with Philips or, you know, any of that stuff. All right. The second thing is to start looking at what is actually achievable, you as a brand new seller. Okay, so when you look at this first product here, look at the number of reviews this thing has gotten. 26,000. Do you seriously think you're going to compete with sarcastic cards like these guys make? You know, similar type of style cards, right? These guys make very sarcastic, you know, adult kind of cards. You can't. I mean, you're just not going to. Are you going to try to create a game? Obviously not, right? Drones, well, you can get your own drone from China, but that's not a good thing to do because of liability. So that's not a good beginner's product. Look at the number of reviews on this, 14,000. These are very, very high. These are all bestsellers. So way, way too much competition, way, way too many brand names. What we need to do is get down into the lower branches in these categories, okay? So what I would actually do is I wouldn't even bother, you know, trying to scan this first page. There's just too much going on here that you can't even touch. But let's pick a category, okay? And we're doing this live. I mean, you know, we didn't actually select a product in advance or anything. So you're experiencing this firsthand on how I would go in and try to get some potential products. So pick a product here, Muazzam, automotive, baby, beauty. I'm going to stay away from books. Actually, let's talk about categories really quick. Some are obvious that you want to stay away from. Appliances, I mean, that's obvious you want to stay away from that, right? App Store, okay, arts, crafts is good. Automotive can be good for small parts. Baby, beauty, books, I mean, unless you're writing books, that's not a good area. Camera and photo, you can get into accessories, potentially. Cell phone and accessories, very, very high competition there. I don't recommend getting into that. Clothing, again, that's an advanced product category. I think you need to do more learning before you get into clothing. Coins, I mean, unless you're an enthusiast, I'd stay away from that. Computers, I'd stay away from. Electronics, generally, I'd stay away from. Again, because these things are complex. And for your first product, you want it to be, you know, as simple as a doorknob. You don't want to be dealing with tons of returns or supplier issues or, you know, things breaking. You really want it to be something solid and easy and low cost. So stay away from complex products in the beginning. Entertainment collectibles, you know, stay away from. Gift card, you're not going to create your own, stay away from. Grocery, you don't want to get into. Health and personal care, possibly, and that includes things like nail clippers and combs and, you know, whatever else. So maybe home and kitchen, sure. Home improvement, possibly. Industrial and scientific, stay away from that in the beginning. Jewelry, stay away from, because again, you can create your own jewelry line, but most PLers, most private label beginner sellers are not really doing that. Kindle store, stay away from, obviously. Kitchen and dining is good. MP3, magazine, movies and TV, music, stay away from all those. Instruments, unless you are an aficionado and you happen to know, you know, a good flute versus not, I mean, that's something I probably would stay away from. Office products, maybe. Patio, lawn, garden, yes. Pet supplies, yes. Prime pantry, that's food stuff, no. Shoes, no. Software, no. Sports and outdoors, sure, that could be good. Backyard stuff. Sport collectibles, no, unless you have that background. Toys and games, possibly. Video games, no. Watches, no. Okay, so think about small things, difficult to break because of the construction, easy to understand for you. Do not, you know, as a new seller, don't go picking a product that has 10 pieces to it and requires complex construction and can easily break. Start with something really as simple as possible. So having said that, Muslim, why don't you pick a category?
Well, you know, the one that stood out to me was kitchen and oh no, sorry.
Hey, you're breaking up a little bit. Can you say that again?
Yeah, so either kitchen and dining,
Okay.
or what is that? Home and kitchen. Actually, the home and kitchen sounds better.
Okay. So I clicked on home and kitchen, and now we're in the best sellers in home and kitchen. Keep in mind, these are the most popular in this particular branch. Now we can go further down into subcategories over here into any of these, okay? But let's start here. So again, you want to start thinking about some of these factors. Popularity of the item. Do you think you can bring this in from China easily? In the previous webinar, we talked about the item fitting within a shoebox, and that's a good rule. So something like a vacuum, out of the question, right? Something like this, you might think, oh, that's not bad. Alibaba certainly makes these, but look at the size of this thing, right? You can't get that on a plane. That's going to be by ship, and so stay away from that. Something like this, that actually looks great, Rubbermaid, but I know that this category is saturated. Everybody and their uncle is selling, sealable lids and all this Rubbermaid stuff. I'm going to stay away from that. Look at the reviews. Could you create your own unique product of this? Like create a set that comes in different colors and all? Yeah, you could, but you're competing with big names in here. So stay away from. So let's go down this list and kind of see what else there is. Now here's something interesting. Look at this. Santa's flask, white elephant gift. That's kind of interesting, and it's probably really cheap, right? But obviously this is a seasonal item. And by the time you do your research and get this thing here, Christmas is going to be over. So don't bother.
What's that time frame, Naeem? About 3 months?
It can take anywhere from a month, really fast, to 2 months. It depends on the complexity of the product. It depends on the responsiveness of your suppliers, getting in a sample, and a bunch of other things. But yeah, you're not going to get something in a week. Okay, so let's keep going down. These are all way too complex, way too popular. Knives, again, small, easy to import, but very, very competitive. We want to look for things that are not obvious. There's something that's pretty politically incorrect. Yeah, so I don't know about that. Okay. This is a product that a lot of new sellers get into, and I would avoid it because it's an easy thing to import and sell, but you've got so much competition. Okay, so we keep going down. Now, what is this? ADX 12 replacement charcoal water filter. Yeah, so I'm unsure about that.
Hey, so Naeem?
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to talk about that right now, but anytime you hover over the toolbox that shows up on the bottom right,
yeah,
is that a good thing to start with, or at this point are we just looking manually?
Yeah, I'm doing it manually. I'm not showing you any tools or any of this stuff like this here, but I think we need to have a separate session where I can talk about the different tools that I've installed.
Okay, yeah. Got it.
Yep. But this one kind of looks interesting, right? All art alternatives canvas panel 8x10 reviews. So I'm gonna look into this just a little bit. So they're just 8x10 cards, panels for art. So this definitely would be easy to import, and this would be fairly cheap from China. They're selling it here for $13.09. So now, whether the market is saturated or not, I don't know. That's something we'll have to dig into. But it certainly seems popular. So when we were looking at the categories and different products, I mentioned some of the attributes. Now when you're in an actual product, page, product detail, there's another set of attributes that you want to pay attention to here. So a couple of things that I look for that are obvious is reviews, right? So this one's got very positive reviews, so it's a good selling product. Number of reviews, 878, very good. We want to see the rank. So if I scroll down, I can see right here. This is number 40 in homes and kitchen. This is outstanding. And this means that it is selling like hotcakes. And again, I use a tool that tells me or gives me an estimate called Jungle Scout on what the sales velocity actually is per month. But I don't want to get into that right now. But I will tell you, homes and kitchen, or for any category for that matter, if you see a product that has a rank of 20,000 or less, generally speaking, every category has its own velocity, generally speaking, is very good. So this one definitely ranks right up there. My concern is that this may be too competitive. But now, and then the other thing is, after the rank, I am going to look at the reviews. You know, this one here, 42 minutes ago, somebody just published a review. 22 hours ago, 2 days ago, 2 days ago, this one got bad reviews. But the point is, it's getting a lot of reviews. And the review quotient, by the way, is very low, meaning that if 1,000 people bought this, you'd expect 1% or less in terms of reviews. So if you're seeing 878 reviews, you can imagine you're talking about thousands and thousands of orders. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's 10,000 or more per month. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and put it in another tab here. Okay, we'll keep this one open. So we'll go back. All right, now we keep going down the list. Okay, we looked at some of this stuff here. Nothing really relevant here that I see. Advent candle set, yeah, I don't know about that. Might melt. I mean, there could be issues there. So let's go back here. Okay.
So it seems like you're also applying your own personal preference to these, right? And I mean, the types of stuff you want to sell, stuff you don't want to sell.
To a degree, but at the same time, I'm trying to think of all of the attributes. You know, is it, at the end of the day, is it an easy job to source and sell this thing or not? So here's something interesting. Norpro 275 adjustable roast rack. So certainly it's probably foldable and all that, so it could be fairly small. This guy here. Okay, so let's look at this guy here. Wow, so the #1 bestseller in rotisseries and roasters. So it's definitely a top-selling product. Norpro. Now, is that a brand name? I don't know. I don't know. But if it is, you know, you're going to have a big challenge selling against him. But if the rest of the market space is not saturated, you don't need to compete against him, but you can sell in his space. 214 reviews. #19 rank in kitchen and dining. That's amazing. That is really, really good. 3 days ago, 8 days, so lots of reviews and coming in frequently. So this is potentially a product. The other thing that I might do while I'm doing this is, while I'm on the product detail page, I can go down different rabbit holes. And here's a rabbit hole right here. All of these related products. So if this particular roaster rack is something that looks to be too complex or costly or whatever, hey, what about this one? Right? That's a simple, I mean, that you can't get more simple than that. That is simply, or even this one here. Now, Betty Crocker, obviously this is a brand name, but this looks interesting, right? And if I look at the next products. Oh, an oval one. That looks interesting as well. Let's see. So you've got different configurations of this rack. Pop-up timers for turkey with only 17 reviews. That's interesting, but this could be seasonal, you know, Thanksgiving. Okay, there's another Norpro. So, or baster, you know, that could be interesting as well. This one only has 5 reviews. So let's go back and let's look at this one here. Okay, so let's see. 162 reviews, 12 inches by 7.5, sold for $674. So this guy's obviously buying it in bulk and getting some pretty good pricing for that. It's a little low in terms of the sales price, because if you're sourcing it from China for, you know, 50 cents, a buck, you got to add in all the fees, you got to add in Amazon fees. So I'm going to guess that if you're applying the rule of thirds, meaning it's costing you $2 to buy, another $2 to give to Amazon, maybe even $2.50, that leaves you another $2-3. At the end of the day, I think you probably will make a buck on this, which is not bad if you're selling 600 of these, or, you know, 800 of these every month. That's not bad. But that's the further analysis that we'll need to do afterwards to see, does this make sense or not? The rank on this is very good, 2,000. So obviously volume is key in this one. So you may not make a lot. And I know a lot of the pro sellers, you know, they talk about this particular product not necessarily being worth it because of the low margin. But I don't look at it that way. I think anything can be an opportunity if all of the attributes line up. Okay, so let's come back here. So I think you get the idea of starting with at least an initial list. So like this one here, a silicone hot handle holder. That could be something interesting. Here is a stainless steel baster.
Another thing that comes to mind is weight.
Absolutely, absolutely. You don't want to import bricks. You don't want to import something that, you know, will cost a lot from a weight perspective.
Yeah.
Okay. Regency Natural Ultra Fine. I don't even know what this is. 100% cotton cheesecloth. Okay, this is a cheesecloth. So I guess this is to make like cheese and stuff. So it's very cheap, $4. Lots of reviews. And let's see the rank on this. So the rank on this is 36. That is very good. Top seller. Okay, let me turn some of these. These are all the different tools that I have. I'm going to try to turn some of this stuff off. Okay.
Is that rank just on the bottom of the product detail page, or is that one of your plugins?
This here?
Yeah.
No, this is by default in Amazon. Everybody gets this. Yeah, everybody gets this. Turn this thing off here. Oh, it's stuck. Okay, so rank is really good. Lots of reviews. One day ago. Obviously, this is very lightweight and very easy to import. And so this is a potential product. Let's go back. Okay. So we're going to say this one maybe. Here's another one. PrepWorks by Progressive stainless steel. You know, could be interesting. All right. And sometimes these gimmicky things like this one here, this is interesting. You see this morning mug? It's kind of a gimmicky thing, right? It's black and you put hot water in there, it turns white. Sometimes these things do really well, and the key is to spend some time on Alibaba itself. That's a place that you can actually discover products, not just here. Sometimes they have new novelty things that maybe a seller is beginning to sell it, but is not doing a good job, and you can come in and crush it. So this guy is obviously doing well. 1,400 reviews, etc.
Have a look at his price. It went from $32 to $5.
Well, that's his list price, and that could be just a promotional thing that he's doing to show, hey, you're getting a $30 value cup for $5. He made this price up here. You can put that as whatever you want.
Yeah,
that's a marketing gimmick. Okay, so let's go back. So similar to what I'm just doing here, now you can come down and drill down further into other categories. We can go back into the main category again, and we can say, hey, let's go into beauty. Look at this product here. 20 pieces, 3-inch boutique hair bows for girls and kids, $393. He's #1 in beauty, and that's astounding. Now he's got only 89 reviews, and I'm thinking, this guy might be up there because he probably launched this product very recently, or he's doing giveaway. No, actually, yeah, he's been on. Now this is another tool that I use. He's been selling for 88 days, so he's a pretty new seller. But the dude is #1 in beauty. That's a big accomplishment, and I'm willing to bet you he's doing a lot of giveaways. Let's see. Okay, very cute. Okay, I bought these. I'm like, okay, I will use these. But okay, came back for a second set. Okay, nice quality. He's doing a good job. I don't see a lot of reviews, paid reviews. Okay, so this guy's doing a pretty good job of this. Look at his pictures; they're pretty nice. He's definitely done a good job. Okay.
Can you take pictures with your iPhone, or you got an actual camera?
You can take pictures with any phone or any camera. Yeah, that doesn't matter. But pictures do have a requirement. They have to be a minimum of 1,000 pixels by height and width. There's a bunch of requirements, and that's a separate session right there. Okay, so let's keep going down. Okay, you don't want to get into any electronics like I talked about, right? So let's jump to the next page here. Nothing here. Okay, this could be interesting. These brushes. Real Techniques. It's not a name that I recognize, so it may be a brand name in the industry. I don't know, but I could see this being brought in from China fairly inexpensively. Here's another set. New arrival, Emax Design 12-piece makeup brush set. So this, this is something that I think would warrant maybe a little closer inspection. These guys have been selling it for a while, 572 days. Let's see here. And then we can actually look at related categories here. So here, this is interesting. IKEA Design Acrylic Flower Cosmetic and Makeup Brush Holder with 12 spaces for $555. That's fairly easy to get from China. That could be another product space to investigate a little further. Transparent cosmetic makeup organizer for nail polish lipstick, $7.99. That could be interesting. Okay, so you can see that there is a fair amount of work time, a fair amount of effort you need to put into this up front. And again, this is where you're going to succeed. You're not going to succeed after you've chosen the wrong product and you know, you're going to pay for it later. You've got to make sure that you choose the right product. So the first step is to continue doing what I just did and keep diving in and start creating a short list of all these products, right? So we just picked out some over here. So what do we get? We got some cotton cheesecloth, canvas panel 8x10 sheets, roast rack, simple or complex ones that we saw. There's the more simpler one, and so on and so forth. And I would expect that this list should be at least 10 deep, if not even 20 deep. Because as we take these products now and start drilling into each one and doing the interrogation of, hey, is this a good product or not? What do the competitors look like? A lot of them are going to start falling off. They won't make sense. So you got to have enough to get into. So let me do a little preview of the next step, but I think we probably want to end the session here because there's quite a bit of information that we covered. So I can do a little preview of what you would do next, Muslim, if you think that makes sense, and then we can stop that.
Yeah, I think that makes sense because I want to know like what the next step would be so I can start thinking about it as well.
Right. Okay, so let's do this. So let's take the broiler rack, and let's assume this is one of the products on our short list, which it is, and say, okay, on its own, this looks like a great product. But now I need to see the competitive landscape. So the first thing I would do is, first of all, look at this product and say, what exactly is this thing called? Like from an SEO standpoint, from a search standpoint, how would a customer find this thing? What are they going to naturally search for? Because we want to uncover all the related products to this. And I'm not much of a kitchen guy, so I'm guessing that they're going to search broiler rack. Okay, let me see the other one here. This one is called a roast rack. So there's two terms right there that we definitely want to search for. So let me open another window here, and let me do a search for roast rack. Okay, roast rack. I'm going to say all departments. It's fine. And here we go. There's the one that's the #1 bestseller. And by the way, these are also tools that I have on my browser that I'll share with you guys at some point. But for now, when you do a search, you're not going to see these gray boxes. You just see this, which is fine for now. Okay, so I see 214 reviews, 847. I see 147. $12.92 is the price. It looks very similar. I see 57 reviews, and this one is going for even more. It looks like it's bigger or something. 25 bucks. Okay, this is interesting. This has a completely different look. 12 bucks, 28 reviews. And here's another one for 75 reviews and 19 bucks. 25 reviews and 10 bucks. Okay, and here's another one at 129. These are all ranking really well. There's that square one that we were looking at, the simple one. All right, so I'm going to cheat a little bit here, and I'm going to jump into one of my tools to get a quick view of the landscape. Okay, so there is a tool called Jungle Scout, which you may have heard about or not, but that is an extension in Chrome right here that I use quite a bit. Now, I could go into each one of these and start doing the detailed page analysis like I showed you, or I could use this tool and save some time. It doesn't mean that this tool is the end all and be all, but it helps save some time. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on it. All right, it's a SaaS tool. It's pulling data directly from Amazon using an API, and it's pulling all of this information, wonderful information that is there that you could get yourself. If you go into every single page and write it down, you could create this table. But this is a very, very handy tool. They have a couple of different versions of this tool. I use the Pro one. I think it's like $150 one-time fee. So, you know, very cheap. Okay, so what am I looking at here? I'm looking at the first page results of this roast rack term that I put in there. So I can see results 1 to 15. This is telling me the average number of sales that a vendor is making is about 1,400. The average sales rank is 2,700. And like I said, less than 20,000, that's very good. So 2,700 is a very good rank. And the average price is $16.50. Average number of reviews 156. Okay. Then I get the breakdown of each product name, the brand, the price of each, what category it sits in, what rank it's at, the estimated sales, and that's the key. This is an estimate. Estimated revenue, how much money this particular product is making, the number of reviews this product has, the rating, those are the stars, the buy box seller. Now, the buy box seller means that you're going to have on any product potentially multiple sellers. So as an example, right now a lot of people are going out and buying Hasbro, Santa socks, okay, that they hang on their chimney from Walmart. And there may be 30 people in Walmart right now buying that stuff and shipping it into Amazon FBA. Well, guess what? They're all going to be listed as a seller on that item. But somebody has to be selling it at one moment in time, and that's the buy box. So who owns the buy box is the guy that might have the cheapest price. Amazon may be selling it. So this talks about who owns the buy box. So here we can see Amazon owns it. So this means Amazon is selling this product, potentially. FBA, this is an individual who has shipped his products into Amazon, and Amazon is fulfilling it. And then merchant means that somebody is selling it out of their garage, or a company is selling it from their warehouse. They're going to fulfill it and ship it to the customer. Approximate FBA fee, this is the fee when this particular product is sold that Amazon will put to pay for Jeff Bezos's new house. Number of sellers. Okay, remember I said 10 people could be selling. Well, here, this first product, 20 people are selling this product. And then if you did make a sale, how much would you get back in your pocket? So let's take this. Here's the first one we were looking at, right? Initially, remember, it looked really good, right? But when I start assessing some of this information here, I'm beginning to see some patterns. On this one, I'm seeing there's 20 people selling this exact brand. So obviously Norpro is a brand. So I'm not going to sell this, but I can still compete with it. But I see Norpro, brand name, another brand name, all clad, 9 people selling on this one. So this is probably a brand name as well. There's Norpro again. There's Calphalon. 2 people are selling this one. Amazon is selling it. So that's a brand name probably. Good Cook Roast Duck. This is FBA. This is a private seller. So this is a guy who's competing against Amazon. And he's not doing too bad because His rank is almost 3,000. It's estimated that he's selling about 500 units a month. And after selling 500 units at $10, his revenue is about 5,600. He's got 25 reviews, most of them good. Amazon is fulfilling it for him. Amazon keeps $5.13 on every sale. Compare that here. $10, he's selling it. He gives Amazon almost half of that. Now, there are 9 people selling it. So it's not an exclusive product just to him. And then he makes $486. That's what he puts in his pocket. So if he's making $486, he still has to pay for the product. So he's probably getting this from China. I don't know, maybe $1.50. Okay, so let's keep going down the list. Here's another one. Now, this is a bigger piece. I wouldn't import this for a first product because it's bulky, it's big, and your fees are going to be very high. Betty Crocker is a brand name. Okay, there's that simple one we were looking at, but you got 11 people selling it. So it's not unique. So overall, I would say this category looks very good, but you've got too many sellers. You've got Amazon itself selling. When Amazon gets in the game, you want to raise your eyebrow. You want to pay attention to that because it's very difficult to compete with Amazon. So Amazon is selling this one, 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 this one. You can beat Amazon on price and you can sell. I'm not saying you can't, but I think there's much easier fish to catch than this one here. Okay.
Hey, Naeem.
Yep.
What does it mean? Back to that screen. What does it mean that Amazon is selling that product, but there are 20 sellers who are selling it?
So let me show you exactly. So that's this product here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If I hit this add to cart, okay, that is going to be sold to me by Amazon because we saw that Amazon, well, let's actually see. So for any product, okay, you can see who is selling it right here. Other sellers on Amazon. All of these people are selling it. So right here we can see there's 20 people selling this exact SKU. Okay, so I'm going to click on that. All right, and then from here, I can see right here. So you have all new or used. Well, we don't care about used, so just the new ones. I can see here all the sellers. Who's the guy at the top? Mr. Bezos, right? $847 plus free shipping. This guy, FBA Trading Jungle, this is a private individual, a private company, okay? He's got the same price. But Amazon is probably getting a lot of that business. Now, because he's price matching with Amazon, he's making some sales as well. So the buy box will probably go, this add to cart button is the buy box. This will go between Amazon and this guy quite a bit, okay? Then the next one is $912. Well, it's more expensive. So this most likely will not hit that buy box or get that buy box very often, okay? And then it just gets more and more expensive as you go down. $1218, $1225, $1290. This is $731. It looks cheap, but you have to add the shipping. So then it's over $1290. So that's what it means is, all of these people got a hold of this product from somewhere. Maybe they sourced it from a warehouse. They sourced it from a store like Walmart or Target or whatever, and they bought, a dozen, 3 dozen, and they shipped it into Amazon, thinking that, hey, Amazon's going to run out of these things, and when they do, and then this guy's going to run out when they do, then I'll sell it. And that's the big issue with going in on a product that anybody can get their hands on. You're going to compete with everybody. So this is not a good private label product. Now, we could take this product and put in a oven mitt next to it and put our brand name on the oven mitt, and then now nobody can sell it except us because it'll have our brand name on it. But now you're getting into bundling, you're getting into stuff that's a little more complex, which I don't recommend for a first product.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we just did the analysis on one of these, right? One of these products. But similarly, that's the kind of analysis that, we would have to do. So here's another one, this cheesecloth. And just for fun, I'm just going to search for it, but I won't do the deep analysis because I think we're running up to our time here. So let's do this. I'm willing to bet you there's a ton of these things. Cheesecloth. So you can see here.
1442 results.
Yeah, that's true, but I don't pay too much attention to the number of results because 70% of shoppers never make it past page 1. So what's interesting to me is the number of people on the first 2 pages. The rest of them, I care about them, but not really. So I can see here $6. Now, interestingly, this is industrial and scientific, so this has got a different purpose potentially, or the guy's put it in the wrong category, but he's still selling like crazy. Well, it's under lab filters, so yeah, maybe it's being used for industrial. It is being used for industrial. This one here more for kitchen. Okay, here's more kitchen. Lots of reviews. So again, same thing. I would use the Jungle Scout tool here. I would also go into each page and do some more analysis, but a quick snapshot here. Let's see what comes up. So it's a low-cost item, first of all. You're not going to make $10 sale per item. You're probably going to make, $1 if you're lucky. So this may or may not be a good product. I would kind of consider this almost like a test product because the volume is the margins are so low, and I may just skip it altogether because of that. You can see lots of sales going on, which is good. So one of the things that I can see here is, look, these top guys here, they're selling a lot per month. The estimated sale for this guy is $1,759. Well, if you take $1,759 and multiply it by $1, that starts getting interesting to me. This one here, $2,500. If I take $2,500 and I multiply it with $1 margin or even 50 cents, hey, maybe that's not bad. But Amazon is selling this one, so okay. So I can go down. I can see now. Look at this guy here. Nourishing Pantry. That's probably a private seller. Selling it for $10. Rank is decent. I mean, it's pretty good. 13,000. Estimated sales 150. So that's low, but still, it's not that bad. 1,400 sales. 88 reviews. Rating is 5. FBA. This guy above him. Here's another one, cheesecloth. So, this one you can see these are both FBA. So these are individual sellers or companies that are selling it. Their reviews are not that bad, 88 and 149, which we can achieve by doing promos and giveaways. So there may be something in here. But again, I would want to deep dive into this a lot more and do some more analysis, which maybe we can do in our next webinar to dig down and start discovering what's good, what's not.
Okay, sounds good.
What we covered is how to begin. Let me turn the screen off so we can chat. Let's see. Okay, so what we covered so far is how to start at the top level, how to start going through the categories, the bestseller, and you don't even have to do bestsellers. Just go anywhere in Amazon, start digging down. What are the things not to do? Don't compete with brands. Don't compete with Amazon. Don't get stuff that's appliances and huge and doesn't fit in a shoebox. And then we started digging down into some of the competitive analysis and how to start critically looking at whether a product has a potential or not. Okay. Any you want to switch it back to you? Any observations or anything you want to finish off with?
Yeah, no, I mean, I took notes, and you know, you just summarized it. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
it's good.
All right. Sounds good. So for anybody else watching this, guys, this is you know, the first tactical, you know, step-by-step webinar. Very important feedback. Share this in the group, your questions, anything else. Muazzam is taking this journey, you know, step by step, and he's learning it right from scratch. So this is actually the perfect time. If you've been kind of lurking and thinking and looking, this is the perfect time to really get engaged and make a commitment. And you're going to make that commitment if you give feedback and if you ask questions. And you know, I will answer, Robin will answer, Muazzam will answer. As a new seller, you can walk in his shoes and ask a lot of questions and learn a lot as well. So if you follow along with us, within 30 days, you know, you should have a product in your hands, a sample or something, or for maybe even your first order should be in. But again, it's going to require a commitment that you stick to this. All right.
Got it.
Okay. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll
All right.
talk.
Thanks, Naeem.
Absolutely. Take care.
All right.
All right. Bye.